Hello everyone, welcome to LTX classes. In this series, we are continuing the Hindu analysis, right? So you can observe the important articles and today date being 059 and 2022, clear? So the articles are going to be dealt by Srinivas. So let's have the focus here. Right now we are dealing the important article. Let's focus on those. See, in our last current affairs analysis, we have come with this prelims MCQ, and that is C. Consider the following statements. CGST collections are greater than IGST. No, it is wrong. And on that day, I have clearly explained that IGST collections are greater than the CGST collections, right? So IGST collections stand somewhere around 70,000 crores and CGST collections stands somewhere around 40,000 crores. So it clearly shows that IGST collections are greater than CGST collections, right? And next, see, India stopped collecting GST compensation. Says no, India did not stop collection of GST, clear? So see, the article is important and right now we are dealing and see, and the answer is none, clear? Answer is D, none. So see, this is important editorial article. A lot is at stake for India Bangladesh ties, clear? So here the article is very important from GS2 international relations perspective, clear? GS2 international relations perspective. So the title itself says that, see, between India and Bangladesh we not only have the boundaries, we have the common boundaries, and Bangladesh is part and parcel of the whole subcontinent India, clear? Subcontinent India means Akhand Bharat, which I mean that before Britishers, India used to be very huge and vast. From the times of Mauryans, we have the great empire extending from Afghanistan. Today Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, right? So this is the huge subcontinent India that once used to survive, clear? So that is the subcontinent India. Bangladesh used to be the part of India only, but when the domination of Muslims increased in the regions of present day Bangladesh, the geopolitical and geographical importance of the region has completely changed. Are you getting? So it is only during the rule of British the population concentration of Muslims got increased in the present day Bangladesh, and post partition of India into India and Pakistan, and again Pakistan itself has the provinces of East Pakistan, that is called the present day Bangladesh, and West Pakistan is the present day Pakistan. So they have the administration capacities at this level only, which means it has the East Pakistan as Bangladesh and West Pakistan is present day Pakistan. But the West Pakistan government never encouraged and never given importance to East Pakistan people, clear? Their role in the geopolitical structure was not recognized, and their role in economy also not recognized. So a lot has changed post independence, clear? So by the time of 1970, are you getting? By the time of 1970, East Bangladesh decided to wage a war or to get complete autonomy from the West Pakistan, clear? So Bangladesh tried its level best and it seeked the support of India. Yeah, of course, in 1971 war, India supported Bangladesh for its liberation. So it is called Bangladesh Liberation War, clear? So India supported in length to the Bangladesh to attain the autonomy for the nation, clear? So as West Pakistan waging war, and it is also not providing the political principles or the political ideologies to the people and freedoms to the people and the democracy to the people also. So people revolted against the West Pakistan and they have asked the autonomy come from the West Pakistan, clear? So this is the final thing, that happened in 1971. And post the independence of Bangladesh, India is the first nation to recognize, the existence of Bangladesh as a nation. And you should remember here, in international relations, it is very important to acknowledge the recognition for the nations. Clear? So unless most of the nations are going to recognize the country cannot be called as a state. Are you getting? So this is the reason why the recognition of international is also important. If you take today Taiwan is not a country in the world perspective level. Why? Because it does not hold any international recognition as a country, but most of the nations treat Taiwan as part and parcel of China, including India. Clear? So this is the reason why international recognition is important. But see, India helped Bangladesh without expecting any penny from it, and it supported for the cause of the war, and it also supported the at the time of crisis, and it also supported in the getting international recognition. Clear? So right now India and Bangladesh have very good relations, because the present day government, that is Awami League, is the government that formed at the time of 1970 elections. Clear? So India has close ties with this party. There are some party affiliations also with the Indian government as a whole, not to the present BJP as such. Clear? So Pakistan got cruelly things because of India-Bangladesh relations also. They often try to destabilize the relations between these two nations even. Clear? So here we should say that both India and Bangladesh have gained political stability. Clear? Yes. And next, there are many more important things that has to be learned in the India-Bangladesh relations. Let's have focus on it. Clear? Yes. See, initially for any nation, we generally see it is trade and connectivity that is very important. Clear? So what is that? Trade and connectivity. So regarding trade and connectivity, we are going to have something that is called India Bangladesh Joint Consultative Commission. This joint consultative commission already happened in June. The two neighbors have expanded their partnership to include the things of artificial intelligence and the things of fintech. Clear? And the things of cyber security and the things of startups. Clear? And the things of connectivity. Clear? And the things of connectivity. So trade will be a focal point during Miss Hasina's visit in the next day. Clear? See, and in this week we are going to have the presence of the Prime Minister of Bangladesh in India to improve the trade relations, and they are eagerly waiting to accept the comprehensive economic partnership agreement. What is that agreement? The comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Clear? So it is comprehensive economic partnership agreement. The two prime ministers are also expected to inaugurate a joint venture power plant even. Clear? You know, both India and Russia. Clear? So India and Russia are jointly collaborating to come with some nuclear power plant. Clear? Nuclear power plant in Bangladesh, in the region of Raipur. Clear? In the region of Raipur, India and Russia jointly collaborating to come with the nuclear power plant. Clear? So this is important article, as both nations are trying to go for the comprehensive economic partnership agreement, which means they are going to have the wide coverage of importance of all the trade related issues. Clear? Like customs, duties, taxes, everything would be sorted out here, so that individual countries might get benefit with the involvement of the comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Clear? See, and this partnership agreement is completely important. This agreement is completely important. Why? Because see, they do have one free trade agreement like, and it is going to be expired by the time of 2026. Clear? So before that expiry of already existing agreement regarding duty free access and quota free market. Quota means without any limits Bangladesh can do market access. Bangladesh can go for market access of India. Clear? So this facility is going to exist by the time of 2026, and before that we are eagerly waiting to go with the comprehensive economic partnership agreement. So after the expiry of this 2026, the present CEPA would continue. Clear? So this is the happy thing for Bangladesh, and it also says Bangladesh is the India's 6th largest trade partner, and the trade relations have gone from the $2.4 billion in 2009 to 10.8 billion by 2021. Clear? Which means that nearly 4 times increase of the trade relations between the countries within the span of 11 to 12 years. Clear? So, and Bangladesh also imports the critical industrial raw material. Which raw material? It is the industrial raw material from India, on which the Bangladesh exports are generally reliant on. Are you getting? So from India, the trade relations are very important for Bangladesh, as it is important the industrial raw material. Clear? So, and according to World Bank also, it is also saying Bangladesh exports could rise to 200%, nearly 200 to 300% with free trade agreements. So if any comprehensive partnership agreement goes on, happen between India and Bangladesh, within this visit, it is going to see the double in export value. That could be the potential. Clear? So Bangladesh also could improve several manufacturing industries by leveraging India's expertise in the service sector. Clear? You know, India is a great nation and a world leader in some of the export of the services sector. Clear? So Indian service sector expertise can also be used, and India Bangladesh have implemented several projects to boost India Bangladesh connectivity. Clear? So regarding connectivity, we have something that is called the Bangladesh Bhutan India Network project. It is going to happen, and they both are members of SARC and both are members of BIMSTEC. Clear? SARC and BIMSTEC, and of course both India and Bangladesh both have good relations with ASEAN nations. I don't say that both have membership in Asian nations, but both have good relations with the Asian countries. Clear? So, and even Bangladesh showed its interest in joining India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway. Clear? So this trilateral highway could become the quadrilateral highway if Bangladesh joins in the project. Clear? And India Bangladesh bilateral waterway trade will get boosted, as India can now use the Mongla and Chittagong port of Bangladesh. Clear? This is also important, right? See, when you observe the presence of Mongla port in Bangladesh, and after that it is the Chittagong port. It is the Chittagong port, and India is rallying Bangladesh to divert its exports through Indian ports in place of Malaysian and Singaporean ports. Clear? So India is asking Bangladesh to use the Indian port facilities for its exports. Rather, as of now, Bangladesh is using Singapore or the Malaysian airports. Clear? So India also has great advantage with Bangladesh as it can easily access the northeast regions. Clear? It can easily access the northeast regions, so that is why they are willing to have the good relations with Bangladesh. Clear? And one bone of contention between both India and Bangladesh is with the occurrence of the Teesta. Clear? The Teesta river holds the bone of contention between India and Bangladesh. So the Teesta river the relation is from 1947. Clear? So then see, with Teesta river, nearly 13% of farming district population, 13% of population are eagerly waiting for the Teesta river, and Teesta flooded water can survive the 14% of total cropped area. The total cropped area, 14% of total cropped area is under Teesta river waters only. Clear? And it also provides 7.3% of livelihood opportunities. Clear? Livelihood opportunities. Clear? So this is important one, and at least one major agreement is going to be happen in the next presence of Bangladesh Prime Minister to India. Eagerly the author is waiting, and even at international level most people are thinking. Clear? Yes, and both have good relations, not to say in words but to have. See, for example, see, in 2015 the present government have made the border agreement, that is 2015 land border agreement. Clear? The 2015 the land border agreement, the land swap agreement between India and Bangladesh. Clear? So if you observe this, because of land border agreement, India has faced the loss of land. Why? Because we have taken back less amount of land and we have given the more amount of land to Bangladesh. So because of this reason, the article is very important, and the India-Bangladesh border disputes were solved with the closer connections between the both nations. Clear? Yes, and they are also going for security arrangements in the Assam, Meghalaya and Bangladesh trilateral junction. Clear? Yes, and you know, with the things of NRC and citizenship amendment, some relations between the countries have dropped down, but soon because of the active involvement of Indian politicians and Ministry of External Affairs, the relations got survived and revived back. Clear? So these are important, and when you observe the regional politics, there is only one bone of contention, and that is with the presence of China. Clear? So China is playing important role in getting good relations with the Bangladesh. Clear? So China is funding huge on the bilateral projects of Bangladesh, and it is wishing Bangladesh to not to seek the amount from any other nation except China. Why? Because China is eagerly in investing various infrastructure projects under its BRI. BRI means border BRI projects. Clear? So these are very important things between India and Bangladesh. Clear? India and Bangladesh, China is involving in. Clear? Yes. And next, India Bangladesh have seen the lowest in relations from the time of 2001 to 2006 because of BNP party, the other party, Bangladesh National Party. Clear? So this is an important scene. Why? Because at this time the political relations, the geopolitical relations have seen the lowest between the nations. Clear? So there is a prevailing perception that India's goodwill towards the country is aligned to one particular ideology. Clear? But that is not the case. India every time willing to gain the trust and the confidence of Bangladeshis across various disciplines. Clear? It just want the good people to people relations, and it want to encourage the tourism between the nations, and it want to encourage the other nation also for better prospective use of the resources. Are you getting? So that is the reason why we have selected this article, and the author is also saying that though with some of the relations as bone of contention, as the other relations are very good, it is the time for India to go for building the best relations with the Bangladesh. Clear? That is why this article is very important and we have covered this. Clear? And at last we are going to have one mains based question, that is on the India-Bangladesh relations. I think you have seen clearly about the articles, right? And I wish everyone to attempt that question. Clear? Yes. And check this article. Scientists remain skeptical about how nano urea benefits the crops. The article is very important from GS3 economy. Clear? GS3 economy. First of all, and this is also important from GS1 geography. Clear? GS1 geography. If you see both, we can clearly observe that, see, for any plant or for example for any organism, for growth it requires some nutrients, right? It requires some nutrients. Those nutrients for every plant or organism, it might be of very great in nature, clear, or it might be very small in nature, clear. So the nutrients for the plants are called the fertilizers. We generally divide as the micronutrients and the macronutrients. Macronutrients are nutrients which are required in high proportion. Micronutrients are nutrients which are required in very minute in content, clear. So micronutrients are very important, and if you see the fertilizer importance to plants, the plants can only survive with the proper supply of nutrients, clear, with this proper supply of the nutrients. These fertilizers are also very important, clear. So the fertilizers are the part and parcel of the nutrients. So in this case, these generally they come the importance of the NPK, clear. So first of all, what is the meaning of N? N means nitrogen and P means the phosphorus and K means potassium. So what is the meaning of potassium? Potassium is the scientific name as the kalium. So that is why it is often represented as K. So for any plant growth, NPK quantity is important, and in this NPK, N requires greater in number than P, K, clear. N requires greater in number for a plant for the proper growth of the plant, clear. So that is the reason why everyone give importance to nitrogen. Nitrogen helps in creating the basic building blocks of the cells. Are you clear? So NPK ratio is very important. So what is the NPK? So in nitrogen, what we presently using as urea is the nitrogen. And what is there in phosphorus? In phosphorus, we generally write as DAP. DAP means diammonia phosphate, clear. Diammonia phosphate. And potassium, we have something that is called MOP. MOP means muriate of potash. Muriate of potash. So I think you observe this. In NPK, nitrogen is called the urea, the phosphorus is called DAP, and the potash is called muriate of potash. Those three are the important macronutrients for the growth of the plant, clear. So these are the very important plant nutrient growth fertilizers. So here it is asking the importance of nitrogen. If you take nitrogen, in India we does not have important reserves to supply the enough required nitrogen by the farmers. What we generally do? We generally import, clear. So the article is saying we generally import somewhere around 90 lakh tons. We import something around 90 lakh tons, which carries the amount of the 40,000 crores. Are you getting the importance of 40,000 crores? So the importing things are very crucial, clear. So 90 lakh tons, which carries the great in number, clear. So the import value needs to be come down to help the present day government. So on seeing all these things, government organization or there is one cooperative society that is called the IFCO. Clear? This is farmers, Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited. Clear? So this is a patented one. Why? Because IFCO has come with one product that is called liquid nano urea fertilizer. Clear? Liquid nano urea fertilizer. This is a patented product of IFCO. Clear? Why? Because this is the first time that, see, so it generally says it takes very less amount of liquid nano urea fertilizer. The relevant data shows that for conventional fertilizers, it is a 45 kgs of nitrogen. The conventional 45 kgs of nitrogen would be complemented or definitely supplemented with half liter of liquid nano urea fertilizer. Clear? So it is simply saying that, so they take very less amount. Clear? They take only very little amount of the application, 45 kgs of nitrogen. So this is very important for the government. Why? If you observe government pattern of nitrogen, they generally gives huge subsidy. They generally gives huge subsidy. For example, if you take the bag of nitrogen, it costs somewhere around 1000 rupees, but the subsidy government is providing 800 rupees. So the ultimate farmer is paying only 200 rupees, as he is getting the nitrogen, which is very important for the growth of a plant. He is using at his own wish, which means that he is purchasing n number of bags to apply for the plants. So if farmers are able to get shifted from these conventional fertilizers of nitrogen to half liter of nano urea liquid, it would be very cost effective for the government. Why? Because regarding subsidies, they are paying huge in number. Clear? Yes. So the conventional shift to modern one is very important. Clear? So if you see, plant needs nitrogen to make protein, and they source almost all of it from the soil bacteria which lives in a plant's roots, and they have the ability to break down atmospheric nitrogen or that from chemicals such as urea into form usable by plants. For example, see, for rice it requires 20 kg of nitrogen, and for maize it requires 20 kg, and for other things it might need 30 kg of nitrogen, or for example any of the thing. For example, to produce 1 kg of wheat grains, it requires 25 kg of nitrogen. Clear? So that is the reason, as conventional urea requires much in number, the obvious shift towards the liquid nano urea fertilizers are cost saving. But when you see, scientists remain skeptical about the nano urea benefit. It generally says the average increase of production of urea is 7%. If you have seen 7%, the average growth, it is the average growth of 7%. So these are very important. These are very important to understand the topics and things. Clear? Yes. Next, observe this article. This is the article where it has proposed something that is related to UGC. Clear? So UGC proposes the clustering of college and is very important from GS2 polity perspective. Clear? GS2 polity perspective. It finalizes the norms for transforming universities into multidisciplinary bodies. Are you getting? First of all, you should know UGC means University Grants Commission, and it was formed under the UGC Act. And it takes control of universities in India. Clear? Universities in India are under the control of UGC, and UGC proposes the standards that needs to be maintained in the universities. And right now the UGC University Grants Commission has finalized few guidelines, and which they want and they wished they would definitely transform the colleges and universities into multidisciplinary institutions. And for this they have proposed one approach that is called the clustering approach. I will explain, just watch it clearly. Fine, see, take, this is an area. There in this whole area the colleges might be in very different, clear? So are you getting? So these are the arrangements of college. Then right now UGC will ask all these institutions to combine. Why? See, this college might be good at one thing. For example, this is college 1, it is good at engineering mechanical part, and this college is good at engineering in civil part, and this college is good at engineering in CSE. Are you getting? And this college is very good at this software part or something. Are you getting? This college is good at providing the vocational courses or something. So here when you observe, each college is good at one thing and no college is good at the every other object that the student feels. So only the students who have opted the required part in that college would ensure the proper job, and the other students who enrolled in that college have to get additional coaching, right? So to get the proper jobs they have to go for additional coaching and everything. So to clear all these things, UGC have proposed the clustering approach. Under this, right now the UGC will ask all these colleges to form as the multidisciplinary institution. Clear? Are you getting? Now UGC will ask all these colleges to form as the multidisciplinary institution, which means that these colleges will take the position as the one college, and they would provide and they would share the infrastructure and the personnel who are working in that respective field of their excellence would be shared with other institutions. And of course they also provide the vocational education that is required for the student to take on to get the new jobs. Are you getting? So even for the occasional things also the college is very important. So that is the reason they have come, and this cluster system would be applied for higher educational institutions. Clear? In order to promote the multidisciplinary education and research in the online and offline modes. Why? Because government is coming with something, the policy, that is guidelines for transforming higher educations into multidisciplinary institution. It aims the state governments and universities to frame appropriate rules and policies. It just want to promote the multidisciplinary institution as it is recommended under the new education policy. Clear? Under the new national education policy of 2020, it asked the universities should turn itself from a mere college or university into multidisciplinary institution, so that the student will get all his requirements at one place and he won't get any other thing out of this institution. Clear? Yes. And see, the cluster system will help the single stream institutions with poor enrollment due to lack of employment oriented, lack of the innovative multidisciplinary courses, and the lack of financial resources, and helps such centers improve their grades in National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Clear? So they will have to design their timetable in consultation with the partner institution, so that the students can register their courses offered by them without facing any clashes. Means the vocational courses would be given at the other times of colleges. For example, if the college is from morning 9 to 3 p.m., then the vocational courses would start from 4 to 7 p.m. so that there won't be any clashes with their occasional courses. So the member colleges in the cluster will continue to function as affiliated colleges under the university in the initial phase, during which they will share their resources to offer programs and guide the students in research projects. Clear? After the initial years, the affiliating university may affiliate the cluster of colleges as a single unit, and it is not in the initial years. After some years of experience, they would affiliate the cluster of colleges as single unit, and they will pass through the graded autonomy before developing into the autonomous degree granting cluster of colleges. Are you getting? So this cluster of colleges later evolve into research and teaching universities also. Clear? So this is the far vision of UGC. Clear? So, and the UGC also prescribed the two other approaches for the existing college, that is, the universities can become multidisciplinary, and these include the merger of single stream institutions with other multidisciplinary institutions under the same management or different management, as well as expanding the number of departments in colleges or universities by adding new subjects related to the language, related to the literature, related to the music, and related to the sports, and it also says related to the concept of Indology. Then what is the meaning of Indology, sir? Indology means when you are reading about the Indian civilizational parts, when you are reading about the Indian civilizational parts, it is called Indology. So students opting for courses offered the result as a collaborations and mergers, and they can even avail the credit. Clear? So they would get the maximum benefit. The UGC also suggests the capacity building for the faculty so that they can teach, train, and research in multidisciplinary academic program, such as through the initiative like the annual refresher program in teaching. So from this they will get the investment in learning assessment tools. Clear? And the education departments in universities and colleges will teach the curriculum, how to design the curriculum, how to design the pedagogy, how to design the communications with the students, and how to improve the future teachers. So this is a pure capacity building program. Clear? That would help the teachers, and in long term the education scenario of India also completely gets changed because of these issues. Clear? So here you can take our MCQ, that is the question. Consider the following statements. First statement: urea is the most consumed fertilizer by farmers. Clear? And second one, India is the first country to produce liquid nano urea. So see, that is only one, only two, both, and D, none. Clear? So this is why you have seen I have covered in length. So you have to think of this answer, and I encourage everyone to participate in this. Clear? Yes.